Hey everyone! Today we're going to find out exactly how much power you need for your solar backup system. And guys, hit the like and subscribe buttons to help my channel grow. And I'll keep the videos coming so your lights stay on and your essentials keep running. Before we buy anything, we need to know how much electricity your appliance is actually using a day. Let me give you a quick analogy. Let's say you're setting a budget for next month and you guessed $200 for groceries. And next month comes and you're at the store and you're getting your groceries and you realize I needed like $450. And that would be awful. So let's not let that happen to our solar system. Let's put a plan together. We're going to calculate the real numbers up front so we know exactly what to expect. And stick around because at the end of the show, I'm going to show you something that makes this whole process way easier. Now, one thing that will make solar easier to understand is to understand watt hours. We all know a mile per hour or kilometers per hour just tells us how far we'll travel in an hour. A watt hour is the same idea. It's just how many watts an appliance uses in 1 hour. So if you have a 100-watt appliance and you use it for 1 hour, that is 100 watt hours. Pretty simple math. So let's get to our calculations. We're going to fill out a simple table with 4 columns. Appliance, how many watts it uses, hours per day it's going to run for, and watt hours. Again, which is how many watts something uses times the hours it's going to run for. When you're calculating your loads, make sure there's a wattage listed on the appliance. If not, take a minute and look it up online. That way you're using real numbers and your model will stay accurate. Quick note, fridges and freezers don't run 24/7. They cycle on and off throughout the day. A safe average is about 8 hours of runtime. Let's start with the freezer. If it uses 250 watts and it runs about 8 hours a day, we would have 250 times 8 hours or 2,000 watt hours. So let's do a refrigerator next. And they cycle on and off too, so we figure about 8 hours a day they're on. So you would take 150 times 8 hours, so you'd get about 1,200 watt hours that the fridge will use per day. To complete the training exercise, let's add some lights. And for this one, I'm going to add 2 older 60 watt incandescent light bulbs because I want to show you something amazing. So 60 watts times 2 bulbs. So we got 120 watts in light bulbs. And then we're going to run them 3 hours. So we're going to times the 120 times 3 hours, giving us 360 watt hours. Now here's the amazing part. Those 2 old bulbs combined use 120 watts. The equivalent 60 watt modern LED light bulb uses only 9 watts. So if you took the 120 watts from the 2 old bulbs and divided by 9, you would get 13.333. So you can run 13 LED light bulbs on the same system you were running just 2 incandescent light bulbs. I just thought that was really cool when I saw the numbers and wanted to share that with you guys. So let's add everything up. We got our freezer with 2,000 watt hours. We have a fridge with 1,200 watt hours. And then we'll just stick with the original light bulb idea, 360 watt hours for those 2 bulbs. So our total is 3,560 watt hours. And there it is, our daily energy budget. So just like that grocery total we talked about earlier, instead of guessing and hoping, now we know exactly what we need. That's the number we'll collect from the sun every single day to keep this system running smoothly. Now, even though this is just a demo, if you follow this same model, you can size your system as big or as simple as you want to get started. Keep in mind, you can always add or subtract things later. Just plug everything back into the model and recalculate. And guys, if you're not sure whether to include something or not, start with your essentials, your fridge, freezer, and a few lights. You can always add stuff later. It's always easier to expand your system later than to oversize it on day one. One more thing to think about is, what if there's no sun for a couple of days? We can plan for that by collecting and storing extra energy for those rainy days. It's called days of autonomy. If you're in a cloudy area like the Pacific Northwest, you might want like 3 days. If you live in Arizona and there's plenty of sun, most people just choose like 1 day. It just depends on where you are, and most people tend to just pick 2 days as kind of the sweet spot. So for our days of autonomy, we're going to figure 2 days. So we need to know how much watt hours we need per day, and that number was 3,560. And we're going to multiply that times 2, which is going to give us 7,120 watt hours that we need to store for those days of autonomy. We'll use this number to size our battery banks in our next video. Quick safety moment. Any AC wiring or high voltage work should always be done by a licensed electrician. We just want you to be safe out there. So now you know exactly how much energy your appliances use every day, and how many days you want your system to keep running, even when there's no sunlight. That's your autonomy number. And just like I mentioned earlier, here's my free D&B Solar Calculator that makes this whole process even easier. Now that you've nailed the basics by hand, this tool does it automatically. It adds up your loads, figures in your days of autonomy, and even helps you size your solar panels. Plus, there's a complete tutorial video that walks you through everything, step by step. You'll find the download link and the tutorial in the description below. And in the fourth video, we'll show you how to size the battery bank the right way. We'll use our 7,120 watt hour autonomy number to figure out exactly what battery bank you need for your system. This is where most people either waste money buying too much or go too small and end up waking up in the dark. I'll show you the exact formula so you get it right the first time. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.